Hello, we're back again to record more bingo development. Let's just see where we left off. It's been a while.
A minute. How are you guys doing?
There's no one watching. Actually, there was one person who commented.
I'm sweet.
Firebase server.
Oh. Every week.
Very good. It's kind of hard to do because we have two screens. So I guess in this video we're gonna make the board like interactive. So first thing to do is like detect when an element is clicked, and for that we need to set up like IDs in our HTML for each block of the board. Oh, there already is on the custom square 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think these are all this is a row, and these are the cells in the row. So that's 0, that's free. I guess we need to the best way to do this. Okay, I need listeners for every single board you click. This was gonna be a lot. I'm wondering if we can just like, if someone clicks on the bingo table, I'm sure there's like a way that we can do it. HTML table click. detect this one, like clicks on a specific square.
Oh. On the board.
This is TD or okay, so this way we don't have to like make a bunch of like different listeners for each individual song. So I copy this code. I'll just add it to here. Let's roll those things in. Where is the function that's called when we are in the lobby? Yeah, I'm making a function called listen for clicks. Paste the function here, and I'll call it for players. And then host. So like on the lobby, when the game starts, you're listening for the whatever they click on. That's not our table ID. Table ID. It's called bingo table. Do we have another variable called table? I'm pretty sure. What's it called? just seeing if like we can detect exactly what cells are clicked for both users.
Nice.
So B, is that even part of the table? Let me see. Tables, yeah, it should. But if I click on it, it's gonna give me an error because there's no ID. Or just close it.
So,
Doesn't work.
it doesn't detect clicks. It's just a pretty board. Henry?
Huh?
Henry? Oh, Connor. That word.
Tape is always not different. That's what it's on. I'm so stupid.
No, you're not.
Forget the cancel. I see. We pass them this. Switcher. It should be easy to see. Yeah. Okay, let's try it out now. need to understand like the rules of bingo.
That is very complex. Well, basically, you need to get anything in a row that passes the free space. Okay.
It doesn't hurt to make sure.
Yeah, maybe I've been playing it wrong my whole life.
Bingo. How to play. The object of the game is to be the first player to get a 5 in a row horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. 7.
Oh, so it doesn't have to pass free space. I was taking notes, y'all like getting serious. I'll need some paper. You need some paper?
So horizontal.
Diagonal.
Horizontal. Yep, still perfectly.
Vertical. Yeah, you spelled it right. Vertical.
Give each player a scorecard and markers. Special note, some scorecards have built-in markers. Put all the bingo balls in the cradle and mix them up. One person...
Okay, so
Each person gets a bingo card.
each board
Each player gets a
has a random set of 25 rounds. You can see
Oh, can't see.
host will draw and here random host will just generate a random
The caller mixes the balls and draws one at random and calls out the letter and number on the ball. Each player then marks the called letter on their scorecard if it is present.
number and letter.
Oh. Yeah, we've been playing this game wrong.
What's this letter?
So that makes it even harder to get bingo because it has to be in that specific column. It has to be in G. Like if you have a 51 in B, it won't work.
Okay.
Wow.
So generated value equals some letter. So it can be from B. So B. B. I. Okay, we may just skip this, like not do that, because you said that you'll eventually just use like quotes or something, not numbers.
Yeah, I mean the letters would still work. It's just that instead of a 51, it would be like, have you slept in the Cloudwell office? So if that's in your G column, and you answer yes to that, it just makes it a longer game.
Yeah, it'll make it much longer.
But I don't really want to do that.
The caller sets the drawn ball aside to mark it. If the player...
Mark, so host board will have marked down all values.
5 in a row, they call out bingo. They read back their letters and numbers to the caller to confirm a correct win. If they are correct, then the player wins. If they're not correct, or if no one called out bingo, then the caller draws another ball and the process repeats until there is a winner.
Maybe we can have like I can do like a bingo multiplier. So when they get bingo, they can like click a button, and then it'll tell you, and then I guess they can share your board, share their board with you, so you can see the board. This is like over complicated because you could just
press screen
automatically,
share.
well, not even do screen share. It's not even necessary. You can just, the computer will know if it's bingo or not.
Yeah.
So it'll just tell you. But this will make it more like realistic, more human feel. And then the host can approve or deny those. I don't think they should be able to deny a win, because you get bingo, but whatever.
Middle space on each board is the free space, and always counts as if it has a marker on it. Another popular way to play is called blackout. This is when the object of the game is for the players to completely fill their scorecard with marks instead of just getting 5 in a row.
Whoa. Okay, my only concern, is it's gonna be really easy to get bingo. And like, I feel like multiple people are gonna win.
Well, if we have the BING, it'll make it harder, because like it doesn't just have to be you; it has to be in that row as well.
Okay.
I think that's a good balance.
One through 75. 1 through 75.
1 through 75, and then it just randomly picks 25 of them.
SRS.
So, typical bingo generates 75 values. Okay, so each board will come from 75 values. Each board will randomly select 25 values from the 75 total. Okay. Any other add questions? So now I think you should do some coding.
Yeah.
Real quick, 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's what I'm born for. I'm a programmer, everyone.
Logic to bingo. So, okay. So let's first set up the board. So, there you go. Sure.
Everyone, welcome back to my channel.
Ow! What? Ow.
Is your knee okay?
Yeah.
I just said welcome back to my channel. Okay. So what am I going to do?
Okay, first thing, based on our notes, what we're gonna do is, so each board will have a random set of 25 values. Each typical board will generate 75. So I want you to first generate 75 values. Actually, no, you can make, so you can just have 1 through 75 of integers, and then I want you to, for each board, randomly select, so create like a board that is randomly selecting 25 of those values.
Do we have an SRS on Google?
What is SRS?
It's a sample random generator.
No, you don't want to do it. You want to do it yourself.
Because I'm pulling it from my head. That's not really random.
What do you mean?
Like it's on your calculator. Can you hand me that calculator? So, you're able to do this in a calculator. 1 var stats. 1 var statistics. Okay, well I guess not.
You have like 20.
Yeah, but basically it generates random numbers for you, so you don't have to pull them out of your head.
Oh no, we're not picking. We're using code to generate them.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
So first, look up. So we have a list of numbers. So search on Google how to make a list of numbers in Java.
You said it?
Sure.
List integer equal. You.
Click on the. Scroll down. I don't have any use list though. Okay, go back.
Okay.
The the Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow.
Show them.
Sure.
Scroll down. Maybe search something. I don't think you should use the keyword list. You could do it this way, but it's just more complicated. It's kind of silly to do it this way.
Okay.
How do you make an array? So an array is, you know what array is, save this list.
Yeah.
Okay.
No cell phones in my class!
How to make an array of numbers. Array in Java. So go fix. Let's read this. So, okay. So it does look like this. So like they declare an array of integers. They allocate memory for 5 integers. And then they initialize the first elements of the array. Okay, so first initialize an integer of arrays.
Okay. The first element of the array?
You just initialize, declare an array of 5 integers.
Okay.
Alright?
I do it using this code?
Mm-hmm.
So I just copy this?
I prefer if you just write it.
Okay.
It may be easier just to like put this on the screen.
Oh, yep.
Okay, and just write it. You can name it whatever you want.
I have to name it before?
Well, no, this is the type.
Mm-hmm.
This is the name of the variable, so you can name whatever you want. Like you could call it bingo values or whatever.
Okay, so I can put bingo.
Well, we need to write in that format though.
Oh. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the.
Okay.
And then what goes in the bracket?
No, but it's empty right now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. So
Okay. And
give it a
then
name.
Bingo space or no space?
New space.
Bingo value.
Whatever you want to call it. Okay. You have to keep careful to this.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Semicolon. Okay. To the next line. Okay, so you see here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not what you call it though.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. And then set it equal to how much space do you want to allocate in memory for it?
Oh no.
Oh, we're making these are bingo values, right?
Yeah.
So how many bingo values do you need for a game?
We need 75.
Okay, so you allocate 75.
Do I put new integer?
Mm-hmm.
That?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Semicolon. Okay, so what you could do is just go through and add 0 to 75 times.
Mm-hmm.
But that's very
Tedious.
yes, and very messy. So you're going to look up something called
Oh, it is still there.
huh? Oh yeah, let's go, sorry. So look up something called look up how to loop in Java. Continue to loop while some conditions. So while 5 is less than 10, which 5 is always less than 10, so this will loop forever, which is really bad, so you don't want to do that. So x is here in this code, you see int x equals 1, while x is less than or equal to 4. So In this case, x is 1. X is 1 is less than or equal to 4. You print out the value of x. And then you add increment x. So now x is 2. You'll do it another time. X plus 2, so that's 2. 3. And then 4. 4 is less than or equal to. So it's equal to. So do this. And you'll increment again 5. 5 is not less than or equal to 4. So it won't go through here. So that's why you get the values printed out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we don't really want to use a while loop though, because we're just printing numbers, so you could use it, but this is much better. So this is a for loop. So for initialize variable int x equals 2, these guys started at 2. And then while x is less than or equal to 4, x plus plus. So system out print value this. So how many times do you think this is going to print out? If you start at 2 and you're going until x is less than or equal to 4.
2 more times.
Yeah, so it'll print 2, 3,
and 4.
Right. If this was just less than, how many times would it print them?
2.
Okay, good. So now that you understand the loop, how would you make a loop that goes from 1 to 75?
And it includes 75?
Inclusively, so like, pretty much how do you get it to go 75 times?
So I'd say x equals 1,
Okay.
and then x is less than or equal to 75.
Okay.
Semicolon x plus plus.
Yeah. Or what if we did x equals 0?
Yeah.
Would you do? You could do less than or equal to 74, or you can do less than 75.
Rather do less than 75.
Right, because you want to make it like readable, understandable. You don't want to confuse people reading it. So. But yeah, typically you start at 0, but you can start at 1 here. It makes more sense to do that. So I'll put this over to the side and then make a for loop. There.
Okay, so I'm reading this.
Right, so write out the for loop, but then put in your own values from that'll loop through 75 times.
With the what?
Huh?
Starting from this?
Yeah.
Okay, so for bingo value? Or just
no. So bingo value is just an empty array right now that has 75 spaces.
Right.
You're making a new one, a new value here, so that you can iterate over. So create a new variable. You can call it whatever you want. The same way you did it here. You have a type and then the variable name. So this is the type. This is the variable name. You can name it whatever you want.
So x is the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can call it I. You can call it Anu. You can call it whatever you want.
Number.
You can do that.
Equals 1. X.
Oh, what's you call the
Oh,
variable?
sorry. Number is, you said less than or equal to 75. Semicolon. X plus plus. Oh no.
Okay. I'm not confused. What is X? I've never seen it before.
Oh. There's a moment there. Number plus plus.
Okay. Just for, they didn't put semicolons here, but normally you want to put semicolons just for cleanliness.
Okay.
And then now, so now we have a loop that will go from 1 to 75. So now we can add that to the array.
Okay.
So how do you, we go back to arrays here. initialize the first element of the array with this value.
Okay.
So it may have been better to. Okay, so you can. It doesn't matter. We can just work to what you have right now. So arrays start from 0. So indexes in all coding start from 0, not 1. So the first element is 0. The second element is 1. So how would you assign a value to the first element in this loop?
Call it 0.
Okay, so write out. What's the name of your array?
Bingo value.
Okay, so go bingo value.
Huh?
Equals what value?
74.
Okay.
Is it wrong?
Well, just think about the logic you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to set the first value of the array to 74 75 times. So at the end of this, you'll have 74, and then you'll have 74 empty values. So is that what you want?
No.
Okay, so the reason we're looping through this is that you don't need to go add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what in this code do you see is, what is the variable that is changing its value going from 1 to 75?
The number.
Right, so what did you want to assign the number to the array?
Yeah.
So at the first pass, the number is 1, so you're setting this to 1. After it goes again, you're setting 2, because the number keeps adding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until we reach 75. So that'll do this for us. It'll add, like, say this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we have it in the loop, in a variable number,
Yeah.
the number changes every time, so then we're assigning that to the value.
Okay. So how do I do that?
So you know the variable, right? That's changing the value that you want to set to.
The number?
Yeah, number. So what would you assign bingo value to?
Number?
Okay.
Space?
No. Just instead of you're setting it to 74 now, but you don't want to set it to 74. You want to set it to number.
Like that?
Okay. So now look at the logic. What is it doing now? You're looping through 74 times, and then what are you doing? You're assigning the number to what?
The board?
The array bingo value, right?
Right.
But you're setting it to what? The first value?
I'm setting it to 0?
So, no, you're setting... So, at 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
This means the first element in the array
Mm-hmm.
is being set to number.
Right.
So the first first one is set to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second time, you're replacing the 1 with the 2.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 75. So now, at the end of this,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have 75 and then a bunch of blank values. That's not what you want.
Mm.
So what's the second thing you need to do?
Number plus?
So you want to assign 1 to the first value, 2 to the second value, 3 to the third value.
Mm-hmm.
So what is here in this line of code that isn't changing that should be changing?
Our bingo value?
But what exactly in it?
The 0?
Right, you don't always want to set to 0, so what in here? Okay, so you're gonna have to use, this is a little bit more challenging. So I told you that the first value starts at 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number starts at 1.
Mm-hmm.
You set the values to 1. So you want 0, the first index 0, to equal the value 1. You have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want the second index, which is 1, to equal the value 2.
Right.
So how could you use the number to get the value you want?
Bingo value number plus 1?
Well, then wouldn't that mean that you're setting? So that means number, so plus 1. So that'd be 2 equals 1. So you're close. But you do.
Minus 1.
Right.
Okay. Because the number is more.
Right.
So you need it to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 1 minus 1 is 0, which is equal to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So now change it so that you can assign it dynamically.
So I would change this to number minus 1.
Mm-hmm. So now, good. So that does. After you're done with that, I'm just going to loop through the array and print all the values just so we can make sure it's right. So this is just a loop to go through the entire loop. This is how you would print the values to the value. So I'm going through the length of the array, and then I'm accessing each index 0. So whatever you stored in index 0, which is this number, it'll be printed up. So let's see if it prints what you wanted, which is 1 through 75. Oh, I misspoke. Package and content highlight not visible. Audio. Oh.
Yay!
Okay. So now this next part is going to be a bit more challenging.
Okay. It's 127.
Okay, it's getting close. So we'll call it time. Next, you will learn how to generate a random number and then use that random number to select 25 values randomly from this list of 75.
Okay.
Okay, cool. But
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Like and subscribe to Yao's channel to see more content. I hope you have a good day.